Hey guys, it's Cyrus of Chaos. By now, you've probably watched the interview I did with Pablo Torre about fencing corruption on his show Pablo Torre Finds Out. And if you haven't, I highly recommend that you watch that at the end of this video. But if you haven't, it's not a big deal. In that interview, I had discussed that I made a referee review form for coaches and fencers to fill out, and I just wanted to explain what that meant and give you guys a link so that you can actually see what fencers and coaches thought of the referees this season, which you can look at in the video description. So basically, I was extremely disappointed with the quality of certain referees. I'm sure you can figure out which ones at Junior and Cadet World Championships this year. And I was asking some of the other coaches there what the procedure was for referee accountability for people that we all agree were just doing a below average job.
Different opinion. We have different opinion. Different opinion. Yes.
And they basically said that there was no procedure for dealing with that. It was even to the point where one coach told me that the referee who was supposed to be in charge of that, I don't know who that was, had mentioned that he had gotten a stack of complaints about refereeing, and when this coach asked him what he was planning on doing with it, that referee said, "I'm planning on using it to fill the garbage," basically. And so, essentially, there is no procedure for this. Those complaints are laughed about and ignored. But I'm paying attention, and I wanted to see what the coaches thought. So one of the coaches actually mentioned to me that a few seasons ago, or maybe it was a while ago at this point, I don't remember, the FIE actually had been sending out a referee review form to the coaches and the fencers, but I'm assuming that they stopped doing that relatively quickly because the referees that they wanted to be reviewed well were not being reviewed well at all. And so I decided to make my own version of that form. So I actually sent out 3 different surveys. One was just of the referees who did the most bouts at World Championships to all the coaches in the competition, asking what they thought. I did another one to top fencers, and the results were terrible. I think there were 20 referees on each survey. I had the fencers rate each referee on 3 criteria. 1, how capable they are of making good calls. 2, how fair and honest they think those referees are, and 3, what their temperament is like. And so often I got comments like, "This guy's a f***ing cheater. He could be good if he wanted to, but he doesn't want to, and he cheats a lot." And I got that on over half of the referees, which is wild. Yeah, it's very unfortunate. And the first form that I did was the one for Riyadh. And I did this one first just to get a sense of how everybody viewed the referees who were working in that particular event. So basically, I asked a bunch of coaches. I made a post on Cyrus of Chaos. Any coach who wanted to do this form could fill it out. And I had 16 coaches fill out this form. I laid it out here so you can see what people think of each and every referee. You can see their quality score, their trustworthiness score on an average of 1 to 5. And then you can see all of the responses that they have. And again, this is linked in the bottom, so if you want to look more at any one specific person, you can spend as much time on that person as you want. The other thing that I did was I linked it directly to the result of the form. So here I have all the averages of everybody, and I've set it up so that you can sort in terms of quality. So like this person, for example, was the worst in terms of quality. Trustworthiness, this person, for example, was the worst in terms of trustworthiness, and then just going down the list here. And then at the bottom, you can see who got the best ratings in terms of scores by the coaches, etc. So then after I did that, I wanted to see what people thought of referees from the whole season, because there were certain referees that were very prevalent during the season that were not involved in world championships. So I wanted to see what people thought about them, and then I basically took the referees who appeared the most often in top 16, top 8, and top 4 matches and put them all on this list. So 10 fencers responded to this and 5 coaches responded. I just averaged their scores together, and then I put down all the comments. If it has an F in front of the comment, it means that a fencer wrote it. If it has a C in front of the comment, it means that a coach wrote it. And so I'm scrolling through that right now, but you guys can just look at this in the video information section as much as you want to. And then I also did the same thing here. I took all of the averages, and you can sort this list the same way that you could with the other thing. The last thing I should mention is I do have the raw data here, so you can look at every single thing that anyone put down. This was all done anonymously, so anyone who sent this to me, I don't even know with confidence who filled it out or who any of the responses are. So you can see what they wrote, but not who wrote it. So I have made these forms open, as you can see here. They're all open. Anybody with a link can view them. You can't comment on it or edit it, obviously, but please feel free to leave comments in the video here and just tell me what you think. Are these scores fair? Do you guys think anybody is way out of line with their criticisms? Do you think these are more or less accurate? I did not fill out these forms despite being a coach not only this season but at World Championships because I was very angry when World Championships happened, and I didn't think that it was appropriate for me to do that.
That is the worst fucking call I've ever seen.
There was him just there.
Great call. Good job.
And I do agree with many of the criticisms. Some of them I don't agree with. Some of the responses are, I don't like them. I just think they're kind of inappropriate, but I decided to leave everything in there so you could just get a clear, unfiltered view of what everybody thought of everybody else. So I plan on doing this next season as well, but yeah, please let me know in the comments if you think there's a better way to do this, there's a better way to format the data. Just let me know. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you soon. We're not done with this topic yet, okay? See you soon. And last but not least, I'd like to thank my Emerald and Platinum patrons, David Amrani, Jonah Atkinson, Tiffany Miller, Roman Bruce, and Veronica Saran for their very generous contributions to this channel. Any other names you see are gold patrons. Thank you guys so much for the contributions. They really help out a lot and will enable me to make more videos like this. If you have any more ideas for what you want to see next, you can vote on those things on my Patreon page. To help support the channel, you can find links to my Patreon, PayPal, and Venmo accounts in the video information. Thanks guys, see you next time.